This is a good example of how the UK cannot solve problems anymore. When was the last time the UK solved a problem?
That's a good question, actually.
I can't think of one in my lifetime.
I mean, Labour supporters would probably say that we've solved the problem of too little immigration.
You could argue that point.
Blair supporters,
Yeah.
perhaps, but I wouldn't have said that that was a problem in the first place. I mean, I grew up, I was born in 96, so all my life that I can remember, I've lived in this multicultural world, except where I'm from, around Cheshire, it's still very communal, still very insular. It's full of English people, except for a few Polish people, but, you know, not everything's perfect. It's full of English people where I'm from, and there's a real greater sense of safety, even just safety on the streets. I remember going from living with my parents in Crewe and then moving to Manchester for university. And I loved Manchester at the time when I was there, but even at the time when I was still a bit, you know, had the blinders onto it, it still feels a little unsafe for me in the streets.
All cities have always been unsafe, even before immigration. So cities have always been unsafe. If you look at the Manchester Evening News, go to their archives. I live just off Deansgate, which is the big road in Manchester city centre. And you look at the archives for Deansgate. Deansgate was a no-go area for the police over 100 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, you know, it's cities have always been dangerous. But getting back to so let's look at the problems in my lifetime. Failing NHS, failing education, illegal immigration, not being able to assimilate and integrate legal migrants, poor jobs, poor paying jobs, people living and surviving on benefits and being trapped on all their lives, and their children being trapped on benefits all their lives. Crime. Look at all the problems from when I was brought up born in the 60s, but probably raised in the 70s. We've got all the same problems now. None of these governments have fixed any of our problems because all they're thinking about is the 4-5 year political cycle. What I'm going to do is whatever I can in the next 4 years so I look good, so I get elected again. None of these problems can be fixed in one cycle, 1 5-year cycle. It has to be 20, 30 year plan. But politicians who start such a plan will never get the benefits of it and will never get elected because of it. So we have short-termism. And the reason why we have that is because we've got career politicians who only want to be elected again. And what we're missing is statespeople, people who go, I'm going to do these things, and I don't care if you like it or not, and I don't care if I get voted out next election. I'm doing these things because this is going to improve the country. Instead of saying, here's an idea, let's leak this to Daily Mail, see what people think. Oh, no one liked it. Well, that goes in the bin. But if you like that idea and you think that idea was going to improve the country, you should have implemented that idea. And then if you lose your job over it, well, who cares? Because you improve the country. And that's why we just got constant problems that never get fixed.
Well, yeah, I think personally that the problems built into the system as it stands right now, anyway, just because, like you say, we get 5-year politicians with an issue of like national defense or something like that, or protecting the borders. You're right. We do need people who are unafraid to say, like, I don't care if you all vote me out, I'm going to do this and it will improve things. And, you know, if I'm proven right in retrospect, when you all realize, hold up, this has improved everything, fantastic. But you don't get people with spines like that anymore. You don't get people who care. And because of the fact we've got career politicians and other such people, then I don't see it changing.
One of my favourite quotes from Margaret Thatcher is, she said, when I retire from politics, I'm going to open a business. It's going to be called Rent a Spine.